Yahweh, it's Nick. Sorry I haven't talked to you in forever. Like all atheists, I do secretly believe in you. I'm just mad at you. Exactly like in CBS's God Friended Me, because once something bad happened to me. But it's time to upload a new episode of Roommate from Hell, and we don't have one. There were some misunderstandings. I thought I could buy us some time by triggering a Groundhog Day scenario, so I was an asshole to everyone on February 2nd, made a lot of choices I'd regret. I figured I could get trapped on Groundhog Day for 1,000 years, like Phil Connors did, or at least for a couple of weeks, like Nadia Volvikov did. I'd use that time to write the next big episode of Roommate from Hell, and to learn how to throw cards into a hat. Hey, by the way, I know I'm late on this seasonal content, but in Groundhog Day, when Phil drops a toaster into the bathtub, there's a shot downstairs where the innkeeper watches the lights flicker. It's like a discretion shot so we don't have to watch Phil die, and it gives us an extra beat before he wakes back up. But this shot seems to take place during and after Phil's death. I think that implies that in every time... Wait, isn't there a fucking funeral in this movie? There's at least, like, characters looking over the cliff after he drives the car off the cliff and he's already dead. So canonically, in this movie, every day Phil experiences splits off into its own separate timeline, or at least the ones where he dies do that. So maybe out there is a world where I did repeat Groundhog Day, and in that world, I wrote the episode and I'm uploading it now. Yeah. But not this me, because I woke up on February 3rd with everyone mad at me and no new script. So I take an Amtrak back home from Punxsutawney and I start Plan B. I look through my books to see if there's anything I can plagiarize, something I can do a quick search and replace, and that goes about as well as you'd think. Fantastically. I spent 5 days transcribing Infinite Jest, with B as Hal in Cadenza, and Claire as Don Gately. It's breathtaking stuff. I did the footnotes in Surgott's dialect. I was really amazed at the words I was putting out. I mean, they're not mine, but they're kind of mine. It's a lot like our episode Groundhog Cray, which we plagiarized from Middlemarch. So I show the pages to Tim. Tim loves them. I show them to the actors. They love them. And then I go to print, and the printer won't turn on. I finally get the printer on, and it won't recognize my computer. I get it to recognize my computer, and it won't accept the file format because somehow I exported my script from Google Docs as an ISO, like a disk image for a multimedia CD-ROM experience a la Microsoft Encarta. And I had already deleted the original Google Doc, like I always do, because I don't want Google to steal my ideas. So now I have this CD-ROM image. I gotta burn it onto a CD. So I go to Radio Shack to get a CD burner, but there is no Radio Shack. So I go to Blockbuster for one, but there is no Blockbuster. So I go to Borders Books and Music, but there are no Borders Books and Musics. So I go to Kenny Rogers Roasters, and there is one left in Ontario, California, but they don't sell CD burners because they're a chain restaurant, or I guess a link restaurant. So by this time, it's 2 days until an episode is due, and I'm back to the drawing board. So I spend a day and a half playing Flow on my phone, and I'm halfway through 12 by 12 Mania, and I'm entering a trance, and before me, in the colorful tangle of lines and dots, appears the shimmering face of our Lord Jesus Christ, your son. So I take the hint, and I call you up, and here we are. So Yahweh, I'm here to make a deal. You give me a new episode, supernaturally written, recorded, edited, sound designed, mixed, tagged, metadata all in shape, credits on, log line in the description, correct bitrate, schedule it, mark it explicit, export to Spotify, maybe send an audiogram to the socials and tag the cast, and I will buy a Bible. King James, red letter. Just put the episode up in the next 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, this is the new bad thing that happened to me. Fuck you, Yahweh.